Hi everyone and welcome to Forward 40 TV. Today I'm so excited because we are introducing a new conversation called Hair Talk, and I'm here with my friend Melissa Jones of the So You Beauty Bar. And Mel and I have been friends for it's like 20 years. We've been friends for 20 years, and she is, I think, one of Trinidad's top hairstylists. And what I also love about it is not that she's great with styling, but she also has this technical background in taking care of your hair, which is really important as we age, right, Mel?
Very, very important.
Yeah? Why is it important? What happens to our hair as we age?
Oh, so many things happen to our hair, like our bodies. You get a lot of thinning. There's a lot of issues, first to begin with, that happens with females as we get older that a lot of people don't take into consideration that affects your hair. Like your hormones, stress, thyroid, your health, how you eat, different things like that. So the best thing to do is really identify what is affecting your hair first and foremost. So just naturally, woman, as you get older, things happen. You know,
I know for me, like I always wore this huge, huge afro, and as I've grown, I recently had to cut it because I had heat damage. But as I've grown older, my afro is not so huge. What should a woman do, having identified the issue? Is this about using the right product? Is it about feeding the body right? What is it that a woman can do to, I guess, not go back to where her hair was before, because maybe we can't get there, but to preserve what we have now?
Well, that's a good thing you just said, because it comes hand in hand, you know, the products you use and how you feed your body as well too. So you would probably want to use the right products to disguise the thinness, if you have thinness in your hair, or to give you more volume, do regular trims, treatments, supplement your body with vitamins, eat right, exercise, of course.
The whole range impacts your hair.
Yes, a whole range impacts
I want to
your hair.
focus on trimming, because women are attached to their hairline. I was telling Chantal, who is our fabulous content strategist, about to go cut her hair, and she said, no, it takes so long to grow back. But what is the importance of trimming in actually promoting hair growth?
I firmly believe in doing regular trims. I have to tell my clients, as much as your little fingernail, you do a regular trim, because the ends of your hair is the oldest part of your hair. So you want to keep it fresh. You want to keep it fresh. You don't want to wait until your end starts splitting, because when it starts splitting, it travels all the way up the hair strand and then breaks further.
So you have to cut more.
And then you do a big chop, which is even more traumatic for us. Really. So trimming regularly once a month. Just a little bit, splinter trims, just a little bit at a time.
What about deep conditioning?
Oh gosh, deep conditioning is super, super important. That's another thing that affects women as we get older. Like, our skin tends to get dry, some get oily. A lot of times your hair starts to get very dry
and
as
brittle.
well. And brittle. I would say lay off first and foremost on major chemicals on your hair. If you really don't need to color your hair every 3 weeks, don't. Stretch it as long as you can. Buy things to put on your hairline to cover your grays, because that's a big issue with women as we're getting older too, is that there's a lot of grays.
All the pepper around the
I know,
hair,
right there, like really, you want to see that. You know, so you can use mascaras and eyeshadows, and there's so many things on the market now to disguise those things.
I discovered recently it came in like a lipstick tube, because sometimes when you put the mascara on your edges, it tugs, and this is almost like a lipstick, and you just glide it on, and it's fantastic to cover the grays. So you're suggesting you don't have to, if it is that you're getting all the peppery grays around, you can use these products to disguise in between.
It so that you can stretch out the chemical processing on your hair, because you want to lay off on that as you get older. You want to lay off on that in general, but especially as you're getting older. You don't want to do that to your hair.
Talking about getting older, a lot of, you know, you're nearing 40, I am past 40, let's be real.
Oh my, yes.
And one of the things that I often get on our page or the comments on the blog is that people say to me that you're so innovative in terms of how you dress and how things you do to your hair, and they would like to adopt a similar kind of principle as it pertains to them. What do you think about being attached to a hairstyle? I mean, I can shake things up a bit, and you're like the master shaker upper. And what do you think about, as a woman getting older, should she continue to innovate and reinterpret herself through her hair?
Absolutely, your hair is your biggest accessory. I always tell my clients, the one thing that you can change instantly about yourself is your hair. And it changes your whole mood, your whole outlook on so many things. It just gives you so much pep in your step.
Yeah.
So use your hair as your accessory. Change it. You know, we sometimes get in a comfort zone that, you know, we're not sure how we're going to look if we try something different. But I say experiment. Try it. Even if you're at home, play with your hair. See what's worked. Try a braid. Try to blow it out. Try to put it up. Try a hair accessory. Try bangs. Try a different part. All of these things, little subtle changes, make a big difference. You know, or just do a big, whole new makeover. Everything.
Big. And talking about makeover, because you can do a makeover with, because I know I said in my New Year's resolutions on the blog, is that I'm going to be experimenting with hair. And Melissa is going to help me in all that experimentation stuff. But I'm going to be experimenting with wigs, with weaves, with extensions. I'm keeping my natural hair, but as I do a protective styling, I want it to be able to grow in its protective style, but also just be different.
Yes.
When women come into your salon, and I know a hairstylist is often a psychologist, I always say that about you, but it's also kind of rewarding to see what happens when they transform.
Oh yes, of course. It's super rewarding because it's taking somebody to a place that they're afraid to go. So you kind of have to encourage
that's
them.
Lovely.
But definitely experiment with wigs, hair pieces, whatever it may be, especially if you want to protect your hair, like you're saying, through this process of growing back your hair, thicker and fuller, you know? So you definitely want to experiment with it. Do not be afraid to do it. What is the worst that could happen? You don't like it? You change it back. Really?
And that's the thing about hair, right?
Yes, exactly. You can change it back. You know? It's not that serious. Have fun. Have fun and live a little bit.
That's a great way to end our first segment in the series, Hair Talk. Have fun and experiment a little bit. I so want to thank Melissa Jones of the So You Beauty Bar for coming on set. She's actually going to be on set all the time, every month, as we continue talking and the conversation about loving your hair and loving yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.